Hello viewer, and welcome to the video. Today I'm making a video on documenting the changes a game on Roblox named Transfur Outbreak has received from 2021 to 2023. The aim is simple: become infected and infect other humans by choking them out, or kill them with a variety of weapons. Or you can be a human and kill the infected. Your choice. Although the owner has stated that this game is not at all related to it, users associate this game with another game on Steam name changed. However, I do recommend you not to check the game out as it is pretty weird.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
This video has two sections: the major changes section, which are updates I think in my opinion are important or game changing, and the minor changes section. I may get things wrong, so please do correct me in the comments if I do. If you are a returning player, or even a new player, you may find this video useful. Let's get on with the video. One of the two most important changes in Transfur Outbreak, in my opinion, is the update with the movement. The movement resembles movement from another popular Roblox game named Criminality. The movement is different from default Roblox movement. It's hard to describe, but if you compare Roblox movement to this game's movement, you will understand. Just so you know, this movement system is probably going to be changed very soon. The owner has released a sneak peek in their Discord server on updating the movement system entirely by adding Parker and various things. The whole video is in the Discord server, in the sneak peeks channel. I will link an invite to the Discord server in the description. Now to talk about the combat. I believe the combat with melees now uses something called raycasting. However, I may be wrong. Basically, just how Criminality has hitboxes for melees, you can go into the settings in both games and enable debug, and when you use a melee it will show lines. I will not go in depth on this though, as I barely know how this works. Back then I think whenever an infected touched the weapon it would do damage, but it would not have a hitbox. However, this is just a guess and I may be talking nonsense. The combat does look different however, with some weapons even being able to stun or fling enemies. But just like the movement, the combat system is meant to be changed as well. And with the update, guns being removed. Sorry nerds that use range to your advantage. I guess that's over now. The update is meant to add lots of melee features like parrying, better blocking, limb breaking, etc. I'm excited most though about the shoving. It reminds me of a feature a certain melee game had that made it different to all the others. This is the movements and combat section done now though. Since 2021, there have been many infected variants in the game. Some have abilities, like diving, where your character sinks into the ground for other players. But for you, you are slightly transparent but run around extremely fast. During this state, humans cannot attack you. You can exit this state by grabbing or if the time limit runs out. It has a cooldown. These are known as sharks I believe. All infected variants got a new melee weapon called the claws. Some however also have things like swords which do huge damage, shields, which can block attacks and can fling survivors, which can sometimes be annoying when you get flung into the void. But overall it's funny to be seen kicked around like a football, and I've even seen an ability where you can grab from very far away. In conclusion, they have more unique abilities now and are more fun to play as. Another change with being infected is that when you step in puddles, you take damage rather than becoming instantly infected. However, when you reach 0 health in the puddle, you will begin to transform. Hats like cones, fedoras, etc. will still infect you instantly after a few seconds of being worn. Grabbing has not changed at all. You still need to spam the spacebar or the screen to get free, otherwise you get infected. But, I think that's all for this piece of content for now. This is kind of a weird entry, because this is not one update, but many updates. The map has been changed a lot. However, most of the time it has kept Chapter 1's map as a base. The current map is Chapter 1, with minor changes and large extensions. With this, there are noticeably new large areas, and new spawns. I believe in total there are currently 4 spawns, but I could be wrong. However, barely anyone goes to any of these new areas except if they spawn there. Even in the gameplay you can see that I don't explore the extended parts of the map voluntarily. This next part was going to be a separate section, but I will put it together. For a long time now, there has been also new menus from time to time. Older players may realize that there are no longer options for chapters. This is because there is only one chapter now. This has been the case for a while. What I'm most upset about is that there is no wart zone. That in my opinion was the best mode, as you could kill everyone relatively easily if you knew which gun to pick whilst blasting music. First off, there are now dealers in Transfur Outbreak, weapon dealers. They sell melees and guns, and soon they will only sell melees. There are 2 types, premium dealers and standard dealers. Standard dealers can be accessed for free with no paywall. However, there is only one I believe in. You have the risk of getting infected or killed when getting to it. The premium dealers are at every spawn. However, they are locked behind a paywall. You have to buy the Armory Game Pass, similar to Criminality. So now you may wonder why you should buy weapons instead of just lowering your sanity. Well, the issue is, the sanity system has been removed from the game. Instead, it has been replaced with kill streaks, which I think don't do anything apart from give you badges. Currency has also been added to the game, and for some reason it's blood. This does not really make sense to me, because how are you going to store the blood on you? It also doesn't really make sense because latex is not the same as blood. But it wouldn't really make sense to make it cash either, because you get blood for damaging enemies. Anyways, I'm waffling at this point, so let's go to the next game change. Blackouts are an event in the game that can be caused by infected players interacting with a power box in a power room. I cannot tell you the location of it because, well, I don't know where it is. Apparently it is on the far end of the map. When the event happens, all laser doors switch off, allowing infected players to roam around in previously safe areas. This means infected players do not get instantly killed anymore when they are in the safe zones. This happens to all safe zones. It lasts around 2 minutes or longer. I did not time it. When the event ends, the lasers turn on again, so any infected players cannot get in nor out until another blackout happens. That's pretty much it, so let's get on to the next one. This is another short one. Levels are basically used for 2 things, I believe. First of all, once you reach level 100, you get a badge. Certain weapons are locked behind levels, so there's that. You can also flex that you have no life on a furry infection game. That's pretty much it. Now we are on the minor changes section of the video. These are changes that I feel are not as important to the game or have not really affected the game. These are my opinions, and feel free to share yours. Anyways, let's start this. Older players may remember buying the radio, but now realize that it is no longer in their inventory. In return, the player is refunded with blood. This is because the radio is removed from the game due to the Roblox audio update, which pretty much ruined all the audios. Pretty sad, because I used to have the radio as well, but it is what it is. If you are an older player, been in an event, etc., you will realize that when you type in chat, you will have a badge. For example, the veteran badge. It serves no purpose, but it's pretty cool and you can show people you are an OG player. Kit lockers are found in every spawn. They act as a loadout. You can load out and then take one out. Obviously it does not save the weapons you have inside when you take them out, but it would be pretty cool. Personally, I don't see this as a useful feature and I don't know when you would use it. The removal of resetting is probably the worst feature, especially when you get a spawn away from the main area and you try to game mend yourself. You can't just reset, you need to either get infected and die from lasers, jump into the void or run to the main area. It's pretty annoying, but we don't have the power over that. The leaderboards can be found in the main spawn area. It shows off people with the most amount of blood, and the most amount of levels. Honestly, I don't really think it's an accomplishment though, just get a life. The leader stats are also changed in this game, changing it to the old Roblox one. Personally, I prefer it over the current Roblox one. What do you think? Bounties are the last entry on here. Once you get a certain amount of kills, you get a bounty and you are more likely to get targeted as people are rewarded with more blood for killing you. This seems like a system from Criminality though, don't you think? One more thing I have to say, a big issue in this game is at random times one side is a lot better than the other. For example, a standard infected can be easily killed on your own, even with a melee. However, other variants that have weapons like swords are much harder to kill on your own. They do huge damage, and blocking doesn't really do anything. You would need a gun or a very strong melee to kill them on your own. Which is why groups of survivors go and kill infected players with mostly ranged weapons, which is not very fair. Survivors have range, and most infected variants can barely outrun humans, so by the time they do, they would already be dead from being shot too many times. In this clip right here you can see me being infected, and the amount of people that just target me, and what makes it worse is that they're using guns against an infected that is running away. This is the current state of the game. However, with this new combat update, I hope everything gets rebalanced. Well, thank you for watching this video. I spent a few days making it, editing and getting footage. I may have missed a few things on here, and if I did, please let me know. If you disagree with some of my opinions or if you know something I said was wrong, please also let me know. No hate to the game, I quite enjoy it. However, I think I will enjoy it even more with this new combat and movement update. The links for the game and the Discord will be in the server, along with timestamps and other things. Have a good day everyone.